Hey, welcome. You're watching the 700 Club. We've got some fabulous things for you, and one's coming up right now. A strong immune system. That's the key to a long, healthy life and the best way to battle the coronavirus. So what can you do to supercharge your immune system? Our medical reporter, Lori Johnson, has got that answer. Here's Lori.
That's right, Pat. Most of us know that eating healthy foods helps to build a healthy immune system. But did you know that it's not just what you eat, but when you eat that's important? Take a look.
Who doesn't love waking up to bacon and eggs, indulging in late-night popcorn, or even raiding the fridge in the middle of the night? These days, it's normal for people to eat nearly every waking moment. Problem is, it's terrible for our health, according to a growing number of health experts like Dr. Josh Axe, who has the #1 natural health website. He says God created us to go without food for certain periods of time for our own good. In his book, Essential Fasting, 12 Benefits of Intermittent Fasting and Other Fasting Plans for Accelerating Weight Loss, Crushing Cravings, and Reversing Aging, he says when the body takes a break from the work of digesting, it can focus on strengthening the immune system.
Dr. Josh Axe joins us now. Welcome back to the show, Josh.
Hey, thanks for having me, Lori.
Well, I read your new book, loved it, and one of the ways you suggest people fast is to have an early dinner and then a late breakfast the next day, no food in between. How does that help your immune system?
Yeah, so this is called intermittent fasting, and there's so much research on this. What it does is it allows your body to rest and your organs to cleanse. And so when you're not eating, your digestive system actually gets to rest. It gets to create certain enzymes and certain nutrients that strengthen your immune system. But remember this, 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. So if you can heal your gut, you're actually strengthening your immune system. So what fasting does is it rests your gut. It can better heal and regenerate itself, which then strengthens your immune system.
Well, Josh, we know that 2/3 of Americans are overweight. Many of them are obese. A lot of these people are diabetic and insulin resistant. How can fasting help them?
Well, so what fasting does is it really helps rebalance your metabolism and helps strengthen your metabolism. You know, there's a lot of hormones, Lori, that you and I are aware of, like leptin and ghrelin. It's known as the hunger hormone or the weight loss hormone. When you fast, your body starts to balance out these hormones like leptin and ghrelin. So your body will actually start burning more fat. Also, your liver and gallbladder and your colon will start to detoxify and cleanse. So the big benefits of fasting is when you're not eating, your organ systems are better able to cleanse, as well as it helps balance out some of those hormones, which gives you those food cravings that sometimes causes us to overeat. Those hormones start to balance out so we have less of those cravings.
Well, you know, it seems like going without food would make a person really grouchy. But can you tell us why you say it actually improves your mood?
Yeah, you know, for the first day or two, sometimes people will notice, okay, I'm a little hungry now. Your body starts to get over it. And so what happens is you'll start to notice is that your blood sugar balances out. And so much of this, Lori, is about balancing something called insulin. Insulin is a hormone that is responsible for getting sugar inside your cells. And so insulin is important for actually fighting conditions too, like Alzheimer's disease, hormone imbalance in women like PCOS, and of course diabetes. And so we need to keep blood sugar balanced. But that's the whole key there, is your body will start getting in a mild state of something called ketosis, where when your body doesn't have all these carbohydrates or other foods, your body will start burning some of its own fat for energy. So that's another benefit and another reason why fasting is so great. It helps balance out blood sugar levels, which increases energy, mental clarity, and reduces inflammation.
Well, can you talk a little bit more about how fasting impacts the way our brain works? Can it help us think more clearly and, as you say, even prevent Alzheimer's disease?
It can. And so there's actually new medical research out showing that if you do some form of fasting, specifically also intermittent fasting, it can reduce your risk of Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. And so what happens is, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of times when we're eating, your body's having to go through there's a lot of energy involved there. And all of us have had this happen, right? It's like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, maybe you're at work, maybe you're at home, and you ate lunch and it's 2 o'clock and you kind of get in that 2 o'clock food coma. You're like ready to go to bed at that time already in the day. And when you intermittent fast, your body has not eaten for a longer period of time. So when you eat, your body's saying, okay, wow, I haven't eaten in a while. It can better use all of those calories that you're consuming. And so what happens is, as well as your body has more time to cleanse, balance, and regenerate itself. But for mental clarity, absolutely intermittent fasting is a great thing to do. And also, again, your body starts burning fat for energy. Your body can start producing some of what are called ketones, which your brain loves burning for energy. So there's a little benefit of ketosis in there as well.
Obviously, so many people are concerned about COVID-19 these days. How does fasting help prevent serious problems if we get infected with that virus?
Yeah, so fasting is great. And in fact, the ancient physician Hippocrates said, when you are sick, he said, don't eat or eat very little. So he says, when you're sick, you should just be doing things like chicken broth and herbal tea and really not overeating when you're sick. And the reason being is your body has to do a lot of work to digest. You want your body working instead to activate your immune system. You want your cells working. So I think that makes sense. So the thing about this is your body can only do so much work. If your body is having to work to digest and do other things, your body isn't able at that same time to do extra work to create immune cells to kill off viruses and bacteria and other foreign invaders. And so the big thing is when you can rest your body and not have it work with digestion, your body takes that energy you would typically use for that and instead bolsters your immune system, creating more immune cells.
Well, Josh, we only have a 30 seconds left, but I wanted to ask you quickly, what have you heard about this study that said intermittent fasting really isn't beneficial?
Well, I think it really depends upon the person. The studies are always coming out saying this thing is good, this thing isn't good. And so I would say there are far more studies, probably well over 10, showing all the benefits of intermittent fasting, where one said, we're not sure if it works or not. So I would say, hey, go with the 10 or many more studies than just the one random study that came out.
Well, once again, the book is called Essential Fasting, 12 Benefits of Intermittent Fasting and Other Fasting Plans for Accelerating Weight Loss, Crushing Cravings, and Reversing Aging. Dr. Josh Axe, great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Lori.